The Sunday school lesson for March the 10th, 2024 is Examine Yourself. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 5 through 11. Welcome, viewers and subscribers, to my channel, The Backstory and More. I am Audrey. If you are new here, please notice the agenda. I will share the backstory, read the lesson text, and offer a brief lesson summary. The backstory. Let's begin. Paul's second letter to the Corinthians was written to counter some false accusations asserting that Paul was promoting himself through apostolic ministry. These false teachers assaulted Paul's character, attempting to convince people to defect from following Paul. They successfully deceived some Corinthian Christians into believing that Paul was weak, ineffective, and not a true apostle. The book's theme is Paul's defending his integrity and apostleship against those attacks. The book also presents the most concise New Testament summary of Christ's substitutionary atonement, defines the church's mission, and provides the fullest explanation of the new covenant outside the book of Hebrews. Paul challenges the Corinthians to examine themselves instead of him to determine whether they were in the faith. The backstory ends here, and our lesson begins with the next frame. Verses 5 through 6. Examine yourselves to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves. Do you not realize that Christ Jesus is in you, unless, of course, you fail the test? And I trust that you will discover that we have not failed the test. Verses 9 through 10. We are glad whenever we are weak, but you are strong. And our prayer is that you may be fully restored. This is why I write these things when I am absent, that when I come, I may not have to be harsh in my use of authority, the authority the Lord gave me for building you up, not for tearing you down. Verse 11. Finally, brothers and sisters, rejoice. Strive for full restoration. Encourage one another. Be of one mind. Live in peace. And the God of love and peace will be with you. A very brief summary. Paul was accused of being weak. Paul pointed to the example of Jesus, showing that being a servant was not the same as giving up authority. Such strong words might have caused even those loyal to Paul to fear. The solution for that? Examine yourselves. They could know where they stood with Paul. Their charge was to keep the peace and continue to resolve conflict in the church while awaiting his visit. Thank you so much for listening. Join me soon for the next backstory and more. Stay safe and may God bless.